Imagine this slowly and really let it sink in. When the night grows quiet, when the lights are off, when distractions fade and the world finally sleeps, who is actually lying awake replaying everything in their mind? It's rarely the one who was abandoned. It's the one who chose to walk away. Because loss doesn't haunt the heart that loved honestly. It haunts the ego that threw something real away. Most people misunderstand power after being hurt. They think power looks like angry messages at 2 a.m., long explanations blocking and unblocking, sad songs and direct posts, or proving how much pain they're in. But all of that is just noise, and noise is cheap. Noise is predictable. Noise is exactly what the other person expects. Because every emotional reaction, whether it's love or hate, still sends the same message. You matter enough to control me. Real power is silence. Not fake silence where you're secretly waiting for their reaction, but real silence. The kind where you emotionally remove them from your inner world. When someone hurts you, betrays you, or dismisses you, they expect a performance. They expect tears, anger, explanations, closure talks. Their ego feeds on the idea that they still occupy space in your mind. But when you don't give them that, when you treat them like a stranger, something deeply unsettling happens inside them. If you ever cross paths, you're calm, polite, neutral, a slight nod, a simple hello if necessary, and then you keep moving. No cold stares, no bitterness, no dramatic avoidance, just indifference. And here's the truth most people don't realize. Hatred is still emotional attachment, but indifference is emptiness, and the ego cannot survive emptiness. Suddenly they start asking questions they never wanted to face. How did I go from being so important to being nothing? Was I replaced? Did I misjudge my value? While they spiral inward, you stay steady because you've quietly removed them from the operating system of your life. Then something even more powerful begins, not as a strategy, but as a consequence. You start rebuilding your life, not to prove anything, not to compete, not to make them jealous, but because you finally have space to become who you were always meant to be. You upgrade your environment. New people come into your life. People who respect you, who listen, who don't drain you, who laugh freely with you and support your growth. You go to new places. You try things you postponed. You learn. You evolve. You reconnect with parts of yourself you lost while trying to hold on to someone who didn't value you. Your happiness becomes real, not curated, not forced. It shows in your eyes, your posture, your energy. And yes, even if you never intended, they notice. They watch from a distance. Quietly, curiously. They expected you to break, to stay stuck, to miss them publicly. Instead, they see you expanding. And that realization cuts deep because it exposes a brutal truth. Your life didn't collapse without them. It improved. That's where regret is born. Not loud regret, but the quiet kind that creeps in at night, when they realize they could have been part of this version of you, but they chose not to be. At some point, almost always, they test the door they once closed. It's rarely direct at first. It might be a sad song posted online, a picture meant to spark jealousy, a rumor sent through mutual friends, or a casual message pretending nothing ever happened. All of it serves one purpose: to see if they still have access to you. This is where most people lose their power, because reacting feels justified. But you don't react. You don't explain yourself. You don't offend your choices. You don't correct their narrative. You stay calm. You stay focused. You continue living your life. And this silence drives manipulators insane, because manipulation only works when it gets a reaction. When they realize they can no longer make you angry, jealous, or emotional, panic sets in. They don't just lose you physically. They lose control over you emotionally. And when people ask what happened, you don't gossip. You don't list their mistakes. You don't play the wounded victim. You simply say, "It didn't work out. I've moved on, and I'm focused on better things now." That one sentence carries more power than 1,000 accusations, because now they can't hide behind your anger. Your dignity forces them to face their own reflection. And then comes the final, most misunderstood step, the one that isn't about them at all: silent forgiveness. Not forgiveness that requires an apology. Not forgiveness that needs a conversation. Just a quiet decision inside yourself to let go. Because holding resentment is like carrying a heavy chain and calling it justice. As long as you hate them, they still occupy space in your mind. They still affect your sleep, your mood, your peace. Forgiveness doesn't free them. It frees you. And you don't announce it. You don't send a message. You don't reopen the door. You simply release the weight. When you do, something shifts. You feel lighter, calmer, more present. Your energy changes. And people can feel it. Even they can feel it from far away. They sense that you're no longer available to the past, that they can't fix it, rewind it, or apologize their way back in. And that's when the deepest regret hits them. Not because you moved on, but because you transcended. This was never about revenge. It was about rebirth. You didn't win because they lost. You won because you found yourself again. And the day you look back and feel nothing at all, not anger, not sadness, not longing, you'll understand the truth. You didn't break. You became unbreakable.